Hello, this is Tara Pritchett, founder and CEO of Regal Wellness. I'm a confidence coach, I'm a speaker, and I'm an author, and you can find me over on regalwellness.com. If you haven't already, please feel free to download my free confidence ebook. So, this is our third and final video in our Confident Woman series for January 2016. So, our topic for today is how to upgrade your prayer life. So often it always amazes me when I talk to women and they say that they do not know how to pray. And I'm like, what? However, when in school or even at church, had someone literally sat us down and focused on prayer and focused on connecting to ourselves spiritually. Right? Obviously, we go to church, we have our Bibles, we have the Word, but no one has really actually sat down and said, okay, this is a way you could really truly connect with God and connect with yourself. So, as you know, connecting with God is like connecting with your inner highest spirit, right? It really is when you're connecting with God, you are connecting with yourself at the highest expression of your being. And at that point, that means you're being the fiercest you can ever possibly be. So, if you want to upgrade your prayer life, what you have to do, and this is similar, it's a similar method I'm going to be teaching in my Unleash Your Fears course that is starting on January 11, 2016. Is the same way you raise your men and money magnetism. Is the same way you kind of raise your magnetism to be more in connection with God. Okay? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to build a real relationship with God, just like you would with a person. You want to build a real relationship with God. Just like you call somebody up on the phone and you're talking to them, that's the way you're going to be talking to God. But I want you to keep in mind that God is your Father. So obviously you want to be respectful, but you want to be yourself. He knows you inside and out, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of the things that other people may not know about you. He already knows, and he already knows you're going to make mistakes, you're going to have failures, going to have setbacks. He set them up to grow you, to evolve you, to become the woman that you desire to be. Okay, so I want you to build a real relationship with God. Okay, one of my favorite ways to build a real relationship with God is to literally take out a piece of paper, take out a pen, and write, Dear God. Yep, you've seen color purple. Dear God. And then write down all of your emotions. I feel ashamed. I feel this. I feel that. I feel unworthy. I don't know what's going on in my life right now. Then I want you, I'm sorry, to flip that page. And then I want you to write back, Dear, your name. And I want you to get very quiet, very still. Tap into your intuition as a woman. And I'll be covering that more in depth in Unleash Your Fears. Tap into your intuition. And then I want you to write back on the other side what God says back to you. And this is the start of you creating a real relationship with God. What would He say back to you? Okay? So, another way that you can start to upgrade your prayer life is to make prayer more special, more sacred. So a lot of people may have heard of this before, but you need to create some type of sacred space or some type of war room. I know you heard of the movie War Room, but it's very true. There's all types from war room, prayer room. I like to call it your empowerment zone. So you can set that up any way that feels good for you. Okay, so I know in my own bedroom I have a table. It has a really sexy purple tablecloth, and I have candles, and I have a book up there, and I have crystals, and I have all different types of things kind of on this space, but it's a sacred space, right? So people are not allowed in that area. Um, Within my room because it is so sacred and it's so special. However, when I really want to get into deep connection with God and I really want to do a prayer and connect, especially if I'm going through something, especially if I really need to release something and say, I release this from myself, what I do is I light my candles, right? Light my candles. One for me, one for God, one for our connection, right? So that will be three. One for me, one for Him, one for our connection. So three. All right. And I light my candles and I get on my knees and I pray. And when I pray, what do? Is I always, number one, start out with gratitude. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thank you for showing me this. Thank you for revealing this. Thank you for taking me through this difficult time, which showed me X, Y, and Z. Okay, then that's when I go into asking. If you do not ask, you shall not receive. Right? Then I go into asking, Lord, continue to X, Y, and Z. Or Lord, I need blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case may be. Right? So you need to have some type of balance in there. of showing gratitude, but also thanking Him for all He has done, right? I always say, Lord, thank you for all you've done. Thank you for all you're doing. And thank you for all you will do for me. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for allowing me to be highly favored. And I know to whom much is given, much is expected and required, right? So you have to also add that in there, right? So have your sacred space, your war room, whether you write your prayers out or whatever the case may be, which brings me up to the next thing. You can literally write out your prayer. So you can have a prayer that you use every day. It can be your go-to before you run out of the house, or, whenever you're feeling down and something has triggered you and you're like, oh shit, that I don't want to feel this or deal with this right now. I need something, right? Obviously, you can come up with something off the top of your head. But if you have a go-to that you write down or you type up and you place, on the night table next to your bed or inside of the drawer, you have it on your phone, you can always have that go-to prayer right there for you that you can utilize. And if you need help coming up with prayers, it's another reason why you need to join my Unleash Your Fierce group coaching program, which starts on January 11th, 2016. Because, and you can click the link down below, because I will be going in more depth as to how you can upgrade your prayer life and how you can actually, I will give samples and examples of prayers that you can utilize. And I'll also be giving daily prayers for each of the 6 weeks of the course. You will have a prayer that you are responsible for saying every single day of the course. And then once we're finished, obviously, you will know how to create your own. You'll have seen so many examples that you're going to be a pro. So again, the key to upgrading your prayer life is being more focused, being more specific, being more conscious of what you're doing. Like I said, lighting the candles, right? Writing the letter out. And you can write your letter out and then go into prayer mode, right? But you want to, again, build a real relationship with God, just like a real person. Like when I talk to God, I'm like, dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for waking me up today. Thank you. And I talk just like I'm talking to you, like I'm talking to my Father. There's no reason to be scared. He's always there. He's here right now. So he's available. He's available to you, even though he's servicing everybody, right? And sometimes you also, I was talking to somebody like a year ago, and they said, I actually asked God, how are you doing today? And that blew my mind. Because so often when I go to pray, I'm like, thank you for this, thank you for that. Like, I never even considered you're really servicing all of these people. Yet you have time for me. You have time to bless me. Like, whoa. So just simply saying something like, how are you doing? That kind of blew my mind, right? It kind of blew my mind. But I want you to take some of the things that I've said today and start to implement them into your own prayer life. See how you can elevate your prayer life. If you go on my website on regalwellness.com, you can find a blog post that is called 8 Ways to Upgrade Your Prayer Life, right? And that will be really, really helpful for you as you continue on this journey. You can also find 4 prayers on there as well if you go in onto my website. 4 prayers for confidence, life, love, and business that you can copy and paste and start using immediately in your life right now. Okay? So last but not least, if something I've said tonight has resonated with you, I want you to, again, check out my Unleash Your Fierce program. I want you to click on the link below, which will take you to the page where I will teach you more in depth how to upgrade your prayer life so that it really works in your favor and it allows you to have blessings that overflow because you are worthy of it, because you are fierce, you are confident, and you were born to glow with a fierceness. It has been my pleasure to service you during this 3 video series, and I look forward to working with you soon and Unleash Your Fierce.